All vertigo types healed the same way. If you've been researching vertigo and dizziness, you'd have probably heard that there are several types, such as benign paroxysmal positional vertigo (BPPV), vestibular neuronitis, Meniere's disease, and more. Furthermore, even if there is no known cure in the traditional medical system, each type is still treated differently. An interesting new study in the Journal of Applied Physiology challenges this worldview, testing the notion that maybe this could all be classed under one thing. And if so, then one simple cure could work for all cases of vertigo and dizziness. Traditionally, vertigo has been classified into two categories. 1. Motion sickness occurs when your body's different sensory systems send different signals to your brain about your movements and orientation. This type of vertigo is caused by your vestibular system, a system in your inner ear that is meant to detect balance. 2. Cybersickness has been thought not to involve the vestibular system because it occurs in response to visual stimuli only. Scientists from the University of Newcastle in Australia have decided to study whether these conditions are in fact different conditions or whether they are examples of the same condition. They subjected their 30 participants to 2 trials, which were separated by a week. In the first trial, they had to ride a motorized rotating chair while blindfolded and while tilting their heads in different directions. In the second trial, they watched themselves riding a virtual reality roller coaster. The second trial was visual, while the first one was not. Similarly, the first case involved real movement, while the second did not. Both trials continued for 15 minutes, with participants being permitted to quit if it became too uncomfortable. During the trials, the scientists tested their sweat rate via sensors placed on their foreheads. They also had to complete questionnaires regarding their comfort level, along with whether they had any symptoms before and after the study. Only one of the participants managed to finish the entirety of both trials, with the other 29 quitting amidst testing. This shows that almost everyone is prone to vertigo given the right circumstances. The most commonly reported feelings experienced by the subjects during the trials were feeling hot and sweaty, nauseous, and dizzy. What is even more interesting is that the participants reported the same physiological symptoms and severity during both trials, with the same subjects suffering severe symptoms for both, and with the same subjects suffering light symptoms on both. To the authors, this implied that the two conditions were in fact the same condition. In other words, it does not matter which sensory systems were involved and which ones clashed. This also proves that all types of vertigo and dizziness are pretty much the same and that one cure could possibly help with all. Our simple vertigo and dizziness exercises that are found here have been proven extremely effective in permanently eliminating all types of vertigo and dizziness, often on the very first day. I won't send it to youclick link in description.